Coach, it's been a pretty competitive camp so far. The chance to put on the pads and get out here in a scrimmage. Overall, pleased with the level of competitiveness that you saw?
Yeah, I guess about 3/4. But we also had some softness, which was really embarrassing. And we got to get that fixed in a hurry. You would never have a guy being soft. And so we'll get that message across. We got to get that fixed because that's not who we are.
The chance to get into some game situations, the chance to have officials out here, this will be some valuable film for you and your staff.
Yeah, we needed officials because we were holding on both sides of the ball. We had a couple false starts. The pre-snap penalties are embarrassing, so we got to get that fixed as well. And we need the officials out here more often. These guys do a great job, but we got some stuff to clean up. And our guys are pretty conscientious, so we'll work on it.
Offensively, it seemed like they really started to click and hit some big plays there later in the part of the scrimmage.
Yeah, am I supposed to be happy with that or pissed? You know what I mean? Just coaching everybody. So sometimes we give up an easy touchdown. I'm like, what are we doing on defense? And our problem on defense is we ducked our head too much when we're tackling. And offensively, we held on the ball too much. I mean, there was, quarterbacks had some time and they were just dancing around back there instead of finding the open guy quickly or taking off.
The positive on defense, it seemed like situationally they came up through in a big couple of spots.
Yeah, we have an active group of guys. We're not the biggest team, but we're fairly athletic, and we're still learning. We got to figure out who our guys are. But right now, it's a lot of good competition. So I feel good where we're at. 2 weeks into camp.
Through 2 weeks, what excites you about this team?
Well, I think they like playing. I think they have given great effort. They're a good group to be around. They're very, very conscientious, which is helpful. And of course, we require that. But I do think it's a group that loves football and likes being part of this program. So that gives us a great start.
The conscientious part of that, kind of expand on that a little bit. Like in what areas and how does that show through with this team?
A lot of times nowadays, guys are playing, they just like football. And we want guys that love it and need it. It's not the most important thing in your life, but while we're out here, it is at that moment. And, you got to have guys that love football. And we try to identify that in recruiting. We talk about it quite a bit that, hey, they're in an area, they're part of the country, they're in a program that everybody needs to love football. And I really feel good about that part because the way the guys work this summer and the way they're working now, I do think they love football.
Other questions for Coach?
Could you talk about the kicking situation as Garrison got a kick there?
Rip's kicked really well. He's gotten stronger. He's getting more confident, and our backup kicker's been nursing an injury and slowly coming back. So there's a concern with that as well. But Rip looks like his leg is stronger than ever and has had a really good camp.
That experience, the New Orleans Bowl, do you think that just made a difference for him?
Probably, because I don't even see him doing the little talking to himself thing. And even though he could do that if he wants, as long as he makes the kick. But he's a tough, competitive guy, and our specialists take a lot of pride in what they do. I'm really proud because he came in a big moment back then, but he's made himself even better, which is fun to see.
The other day you talked about just wanting to see progress from your quarterbacks each day. Did you see progress today?
At times I did. Times we had, we were sitting back here and we didn't take off or throw the ball with the same sense of urgency they should have, and we'll get that fixed. But it's a group, very, very competitive group. I don't know the pecking order yet, and I don't think we'll know it until the first game. But I feel confident that we have some guys that can win with right there.
And it looks like the offensive line is doing some good things. Could you talk about that?
Well, that's good and bad too. There, are we not getting any pass rush, or what's the deal there? But we got some experience there. We got better size than what we've had. The guys that are returning know what we're doing. This is third year in the offense for some of those guys, so they kind of know the ins and outs of it. And Coach Trickett and Coach Dresser do a great job with them.
With the quarterbacks, you say you don't have a pecking order. Are you concerned about that, or is it kind of just the talent?
That's a fair question. Everybody says, well, if you have two, you really don't have any. And I mean, the hell kind of comment is that? If I have three that I can win with, that's a good thing. Not a bad thing. And if we have, as long as it's the pecking order is not determined because they're bad, it's just the opposite. The pecking order is not determined because they're all really good, pretty good. And shoot, right now I feel confident we can put 4 quarterbacks out there and have success, and definitely 3 with some experience, with some starting experience in Division I. So that's a luxury. I don't know how many programs can have 3 quarterbacks that have started Division I games and against Division I teams. So we're in a good situation there, and we'll continue to put them under pressure in the next 2 weeks and see what happens.
Last question.
Your run defense kind of looked like the running backs kind of had their way. Do you think that's more of on the running backs, or that
I have to watch the film. We're pretty good at running back now, and they've done a nice job. It starts up front, but I also think our tackling is poor. And I told the coaches I predict we're going to have tackling issues and blocking issues. And the tackling issues look like we ducked our head a lot, and we've gone a little bit live, but this is the most live we've gone in 2 weeks. So we got to get better. We got to work on our tackling.
All right, JB, the chance to kind of come out here in a little bit more game-like situation, kind of a welcome sight at the end of 2 weeks of camp?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, we came out here hitting today. We had a good time. We had to actually run our offense and not have to worry about tag or thug. We can actually go out and have some fun today, and I think we got better today.
Getting the officials out here, did that give you guys something else to kind of worry about and not worry about, but work through and get ready for a game situation?
Yeah, we need to do this. We need to practice. We need to have less penalties. It really brought the real game of football out today. Having all these penalties, we need to fix them.
What were some of the highlights for you today?
The touchdown I had, a touchdown that Sean Brown had. It's a big night for a tight end in the slot room today.
Awesome. Other questions for JB?
Yeah, it seemed like the tight ends just kind of had a great day, especially kind of going up the seam. Is that something that you guys are going to be looking to take advantage of in the upcoming year?
Most definitely. Sir.
A lot of competition in the room, quality depth there, right?
Yeah, we got to work. It's a I don't know what to say. We're all fighting for this spot. Whoever comes out on top is going to get that spot.
How much does that help you in practice, knowing that you've got other capable guys at your position? Does that kind of push each of you guys a little bit more?
Yeah, it pushes us and it reassures us. So when we need to go out, we have somebody we can rely on to go in and still perform.
It looks like you guys are a tight group. Just how do you balance that, knowing you're all trying to compete for? There's only one tight end spot that get on the field usually at a time, maybe two. Just how do you guys kind of handle that as a room?
Well, we go out and see who performs, and then, like Rich Ross says, he's going to play 130 guys. We're all going to play. If we all can win, then we're all going to be on that field.
So just kind of talk about the level of intensity that you guys have as you get backed up a little bit because you made so many big plays in key situations.
Oh, man. So at the end of the day, everybody has to do their 111. Don't try to make a play. Don't try to go out your way to make a play and stuff like that. Just play within yourself. Do what the coaches ask of you and all that, and the plays will come to you at the end of the day. And that's really it.
What was it like now that you're through 2 weeks of camp to get into some more game-like situations today?
So it gives a more realistic outlook on what your team is going to look like. Of course, we play in 19 days, so we got a lot to go over and things of that nature. So we'll go in and get those things together and all that. So yeah.
A day like this, does that get you a little bit more excited for 19 days from now?
Yes, sir. It definitely does, especially playing in that brand new stadium and all that. It definitely gets you amped up. And like you say, that game-like situation, it just give you that butterfly feeling that you can't beat.
Yes, other questions for G?
It seems like you guys on defense, especially in the secondary and the linebackers, you guys are just very fired up.
Yes, sir.
Could you talk about kind of that being like that, being very fired up?
Yes, sir. So coming off last year, of course, we lost a lot of guys. Got a brand new defensive coordinator. So we're looking to build off of what we did last season. We lost Zach Alley, but I feel like with Coach Olsen, as long as everybody doing their job, we'll get the same results that we got last year. So, just looking to get better every day at the end of the day, yes, sir.
Do you feel like everybody's got a pretty good understanding of what he wants, new system and new style?
Yes, sir, for the most part. Of course, like I said, we got things to work on and go over and all that. But everything not going to come overnight. This stuff takes time. And I feel like in 19 days we'll be ready. Yes, sir.
Just looking at it from the secondary perspective, what have you kind of been seeing from the quarterbacks as they compete and the receivers?
Quarterbacks and receivers. We have. I'll say this: we definitely have depth at the quarterback position. Between I see every day Logan, Tyler, and Zion. They all look like they could play. Receiver wise, we got a lot of depth. They come and compete every day with us. So, it's all love with them. It's all love with them.
Looks like you're having fun with them, with the receivers.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You're probably buddies.
Yes, sir, man. Of course, we compete every day. It's a love-hate relationship, but like I say, we get each other better, and we'll be ready in 19 days.